Have you ever wondered how to handle JSON Web Token expiration? It can be a tricky situation, especially when you need to invalidate a user, but their token is still valid. If this sounds familiar, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into JWT expiration and how to manage it effectively. I totally get it. It can be frustrating when you issue a token that remains valid for a week, but you need to revoke access for a user. You're not alone in this concern. Many developers face similar challenges with JWTs. Let's break down the specific question at hand. A user asked, how do we handle invalidating a user when they still have a valid JWT token? This is a common scenario, and it's crucial to understand how to manage it effectively. So what's the issue here? When a user receives a JWT that's valid for a week, they can still access your API, even if you want to revoke their access. This can lead to security concerns, especially if the user should no longer have access. Stay with me. By the end of this video, I'll share a powerful strategy to manage JWT expiration effectively, ensuring your API remains secure. To address the issue of invalidating a user with a valid JSON Web Token, the user should consider implementing a token blacklist. This allows the system to keep track of tokens that should no longer be accepted. Next, the user should decide on the storage mechanism for the blacklist. This could be an in-memory store, a database, or a cache like Redis, depending on the application's needs. After setting up the blacklist, the user needs to modify the authentication middleware. This middleware should check if the incoming token is present in the blacklist before allowing access to the API. Additionally, the user should implement a mechanism to add tokens to the blacklist when a user is invalidated. This can be done by adding the token to the blacklist upon user logout or account deactivation. Finally, the user should consider implementing a token expiration strategy. This means that even if a token is valid, it will eventually expire, reducing the risk of long-term access with invalid tokens. Fun fact: did you know that the concept of tokens in authentication dates back to the early days of computer security? It's fascinating how far we've come. Now let's look at the answers provided by other users. One alternative solution comes from a user who references RFC 7009, which outlines OAuth 2.0 token revocation. They suggest creating an endpoint specifically for revoking access tokens. Let's take a look at an answer from another user. One alternative approach is to use refresh tokens along with shorter expiration times for access tokens, like 30 minutes. This way, users won't need to re-authenticate frequently, and your API won't have to validate the user on every request. When the access token expires, the client application can exchange the refresh token for a new access token, provided the user is still valid in the database. This method simplifies the process and keeps authentication concerns separate from the API. That's the end of that answer. Let's see another perspective. One alternative solution to managing JSON Web Token expiration is to create a blacklist on your gateway. This approach allows you to invalidate tokens without needing to check the database for every request. While it may not be the most secure option, it is a practical solution when using JWT. Here's the pro tip. Always consider implementing a token blacklist or using short-lived tokens with refresh tokens. This can save you from potential security headaches down the line. And there you have it. You now have strategies to manage JWT expiration effectively. Remember, keeping your API secure is crucial. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more insights and tips.